Romantic escape or the start of something new? Gökberk Yıldırım's night in Dubai is setting the rumor mill on fire. Welcome to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and support the channel, my friends. Just hours before the year turned, a single post rippled across celebrity feeds like a dropped glass at a gala. And the name at the center of it? The constantly trending, never quiet, always studied Gökberk Yıldırım. One photo at the airport. A premium suitcase gleaming under nighttime lights. And a single word for a caption, Dubai. But the shock wasn't the destination. It was the absence. Nowhere in the frame, nowhere in the tags, nowhere in the story trail was the person who has been beside him for months, Cemre Arda. They've clasped hands on red carpets. They've confirmed their bond during press tours. They've shared soft glimpses on social media. So why the sudden silence? Is Gökberk really stepping into the new year solo? Is this a blissful retreat or a high-gloss escape? Why isn't Cemre with him? Or is there a twist none of us have seen yet? This year wasn't just busy for Gökberk, it was defining. The first episode of his new series has just rolled cameras. A sweeping period project cemented his international presence. A streaming thriller kept his name buzzing long after credits rolled. And now, in the breath between endings and beginnings, a solitary flight to Dubai has set off the same question across comment sections everywhere: who will he be with when the clock strikes midnight? In this video, we're diving into why that one-word caption matters, what Cemre's quiet suggests, what the whispered separation reports really mean, and why the online crowd seems to be reaching the same stark conclusion. Stay with me to the end, because a last-minute possibility might flip the entire narrative on its head. A frenzy born from a single story. In the world of fame, long statements rarely land the way a single, loaded image does. That's exactly what this was. No heart in the corner. No romantic hint. No shared itinerary. Just Dubai. The reaction split instantly. A portion of fans shrugged, calling it a hard-earned reset after an unforgiving year. Others typed the sentence nobody wanted to say. This looks like a soft breakup. Fuel on the fire? At the same time, Cemre Arda posted about rehearsals, stage lights, and nightlife energy, busy, bright, forward. The contrast sharpened the speculation. Why wasn't Cemre there? That's the pressure point. In recent months, when someone said Gökberk, people often added Cemre without thinking. They were both public and poised, appearing together at awards, brand dinners, even glimpsed in family settings. So being apart on New Year's Eve, the most symbolic night of the year for couples, doesn't feel routine. If you listen to the whispers, there's been a quiet tension for weeks. Nothing dramatic. No visible blow-ups. Just a widening space. And in this ecosystem, space is rarely considered harmless. Why does Dubai matter here? For Gökberk, Dubai has long been the place to reset, to step away from noise and pull his thoughts into order. He's called it a city where you can feel your head clear. So a New Year's flight to that skyline isn't easily sold as a couple's holiday. It reads as solitude. The hotel clips he teased, sweeping views from glass, dim lights, a meticulously framed espresso on a marble table, looked more like refuge than romance. Fans read the room, this isn't a honeymoon vibe, this is reflection. But is he truly alone in Dubai? That's where the theories begin. First possibility, he went by himself on purpose. After filming the first chapter of a new thriller, carrying a globe-spanning historical hit on his shoulders, and riding the aftershocks of a streaming sensation, fatigue isn't just possible, it's expected. Under this reading, Dubai is a mental detox, a sleep-in sunrise break, not a breakup signal. Second possibility, the distance between Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda is real. Their online chatter dwindled weeks ago. Joint photos stopped. Now, on the most watched night of the season, they're apart. Yes, Cemre's event bookings and stage duties are a tidy explanation. But fans remember, they used to make space for each other despite wild calendars. So what changed? Third possibility, a surprise companion. The least proven, most irresistible rumor is that Gökberk didn't land alone, he's just not revealing who joined him. Supporters of this theory remind us that he's protective of early days in any relationship shift, that he prefers shadows to spotlights until he's ready. Still, there's nothing concrete. No reflected silhouette caught in a window. No second coffee cup left in frame. Not a single verifiable tell. Meanwhile, social media is a bonfire. Under his tags and mentions, countless comments pile up, and the chorus has a theme: something feels different. He seems quieter, more interior, a little far away even when he's inches from the camera. Defenders jump to his side, anyone has the right to vanish into silence for a week. But even the defenders pause when someone asks why Cemre isn't there. Why not a quick shared image, even from different cities, to cut the noise? New Year's Eve is a metaphor masquerading as a party. Who stands beside you at midnight becomes a headline that haunts you well into summer. So when Gökberk slips into the new year in a city built on mirrors and controlled distance, the symbolism isn't lost. It suggests a fresh chapter. The pull the binder clip off the stack kind of beginning. Is Cemre part of that new outline? Or is the page turning without her name in the headers? Everyone is waiting for the first post of the year. Will he share a balcony sunrise and a cup of coffee, the universal symbol for introspection? A grainy gym mirror at dawn that screams discipline? Or a curveball that makes the rumor mill trip over itself? The same goes for Cemre. One well-placed lyric in a reel, an unguarded smile with a familiar jacket sleeve, a caption that winks at everything left unsaid, any of it could rewrite this story overnight. Here's what can be stamped as fact for now: Gökberk Yıldırım is in Dubai. Cemre Arda is not with him. In this world, especially on December 31st, that dual statement isn't often chalked up to coincidence. The first week of the new year will decide the tone. Because sometimes a relationship doesn't break, it goes quiet. And sometimes quiet is nothing but a sentence written in invisible ink, legible only if you tilt the paper to the light. Let's rewind the lead up. Hours before takeoff, he posted that minimal dressing room moment: the white noise of a steamer, a jacket sleeve smoothed down, the chrome glint of a passport sleeve, suitcase wheels skating over polished stone. No "see you on the other side," no casual mention of plans with Cemre. Then a lounge chandelier shot. Then a wingtip slicing the night sky. Every frame handsome, every frame starved of clues. Cemre, for her part, didn't go dark. She shared a rehearsal snap with stage techs, a hair and makeup laugh, a late-night rehearsal run-through, a glitter-specked mic check. The theme wasn't romance, it was motion, performance, noise, light. And yet, not once did she write his name. Two parallel timelines racing toward midnight, never crossing. It stings more than a dramatic fight ever would. Insiders murmur that the past month was a string of tiny misalignments. Call sheets colliding. A weekend away postponed twice. A frost at a gala that neither addressed, too proud or too tired to fix it on the spot. No slammed doors, no accusations on record, just a draft under the door that you only notice when the room goes quiet. Their friends hoped the holiday break would soften edges. Instead, we got a boarding pass to Dubai. Dubai again, because it matters. For Gökberk, the city has always stood for controlled calm. Build glass, fill with sun, close the curtains, breathe. His hotel, say people who know the layout, is notoriously discreet. Famous neighbors nod and disappear. If he wanted invisibility, he picked the right floor. And if he wanted the world to wonder, one-word captions are the most elegant bait. Fans, as always, organized themselves into camps. The detox camp counts down to his return, convinced he'll re-emerge rested, laughing, and back on track with Cemre. The distance camp lines up evidence like case files, convinced the drift is real and permanent. The surprise camp hunts for reflections, matching bracelets, a second toothbrush in the bathroom shot, anything to prove a secret guest. None of them, so far, have clinched proof. Silence remains undefeated. What's likely to shift the balance this week isn't only the image he chooses, but the tone writing under his caption. Gratitude without names will spark a meltdown. A stray heart in Cemre's comments would stop the panic in its tracks. A photo of them together would vaporize speculation before lunch. Until that moment, all we have is a night flight, a skyline, and a question that has settled into everyone's throat: what did midnight look like for Gökberk? Remember the bigger picture. Professionally, he's at an apex. The first days on a new set are electric but exhausting. The historical epic that threw his face onto billboards across continents reshaped expectations. The thriller that still trends on weekends tied his name to a certain brooding intensity. When your public self grows this large, the private self often shrinks, not out of fear, but out of survival. Is Dubai a shelter for the private self? It would make sense. Cemre's side is equally loaded. Her calendar is a cascade of brand events, stage appearances, hosting duties, and studio nights. The more she glows under lights, the less oxygen there is for gentle, unscripted time. Their supporters love them individually, but fell in love with the quiet exchanges between them, side glances, private jokes, those small, precise gestures that say more than captions ever could. Lately, that intimacy has felt pixelated, like a video buffering at the worst moment. So where does that leave us? With a set of images, a few coordinates, and a lot of intuition. With a pair who built their connection in public without letting it turn into a performance, now choosing not to give us the scene we expected on the most watched night of the year. It's either strategic, protective, or simply human. Maybe all three. Maybe none. Here's the hard truth the gossip world learns over and over: the clearest answers often arrive when nobody speaks. Right now, the silence around Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda is the story. Every second it stretches, the meaning thickens. And yet, all it would take to dissolve the noise is a single frame, hands on a railing, 2 coffee cups, 1 unguarded laugh. Or a different frame entirely, one that confirms a break, clean and unambiguous. Until that moment, the story hangs by a caption: Dubai. So tell me, is this the prelude to a breakup, or a calm box where he's storing his thoughts until the jet lag clears? Is he alone in that suite with the city spread below like a motherboard, or is there a surprise he's not ready to share? Does Cemre step into the next chapter as a headline or as a memory? We are about to find out, and if history is any guide, the reveal will be as minimal as that first post: 1 word, 1 image, maximum impact. Share your take below, because we'll answer the most asked questions in the next upload. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for Turkish Spotlight secrets. This story doesn't end here. It shifts, it breathes, it waits for that first post of the year to crystallize what's been hovering between them for weeks. A balcony shot, a quiet cafe corner, or a surprise frame that rewrites everything. We're watching. Happy New Year!